This video will demonstrate that the relativity of time negates itself. The theory of the relativity of time, in a nutshell, states that there are many different times at the same time. But notice that we have to say at the same time. So what relativity has to do is implicitly posit this same common time in which all the others exist. Because otherwise, we would just say that all the different times exist in their own separate times and not during the same time, and then only one time exists at a time, and again, relativity is negated. Let's look at this a little bit closer. Now, the times, if there are many, forgive me for reading from my notes. I tried to do this a couple of times without it, and I kept stumbling. The times can differ, only that the one is slower, the other faster. This is Einstein's assumption. But the faster and the slower can only occur or be determined by the same duration of time. For example, if on the Earth we assume that 40 hours passed, while at the same time, again at the same time, 1 hour passed on a rocket ship that was moving relative to the Earth at a great speed, we could say that the time on the Earth was faster than that on the rocket only if we stipulated that this was occurring at the same time. Because otherwise 40 hours passing on the Earth and 1 hour passing on the rocket ship without stipulating that this is occurring at the same time doesn't involve a difference in the rates of time. Thus, in order to have different rates of time, they must occur in the same duration of time. But if the duration is the same for the different rates, then the time cannot be different, for time is none other than duration. So what relativity is really saying is that 40 hours of duration occurs in the same duration as 1 hour of duration, or that 40 hours is the same duration as 1 hour, and therefore different numbers are simply being assigned to the same duration of time. Well, if all this is occurring in the same duration of time, what exactly is that duration? Is it 40 hours? Is it 1 hour? Is it some in-between number? Well, the duration actually is always the same. Not numerically, but it's always the duration of the relative motion, because supposedly the relative motion is what's generating the differences in the rates of time. Okay, the problem with this is both bodies, both the body that's in motion and the body relative to which it is moving, must always be present in order for a relative motion to occur, because and they must be present at every instant, because at any instant where one body is present and the other body is absent, there can be no relative motion. Also, it must be the same present, because if one body is present and another is present at some other present, then it's absent at that present which the first body was present at. In other words, they must both be in the same present in order for a relative motion to occur. But if both bodies are in the same present, their times can't be different. All their presents are the same. So to sum up, either there are many different rates of time at the same time, which is the theory of relativity, and so we must always posit this same common universal time in which all the others exist. Or we can say, on the other hand, which is not the theory of relativity, that all the different times exist in their own time rather than in one common time. And if that's the case, still there's only one time at a time, and that would again be the same common universal time. Stated differently, relativity is the theory that states that there are many different times at the same time, while it denies the existence of that same time. Otherwise known as, you can't have your cake and eat it too. Well, thank you very much for your attention, and please look forward to my future videos on the same subject, special relativity. And as the cowboy used to say, happy days to you until we meet again. Thank you.